now, and you get this natural high from it. You know, I mean, he kind of sparks you up. It kind of gets you going, and you know, it gets you to you know, feel good about yourself. Like, you know, it's about to be 160 degrees.
You take your characteristics that you know about yourself, and you work on those, and you improve those, and you develop a belief system in yourself that nobody can tear down. And that's basically you can I can apply it to every aspect of my life, not just with women. You can do it with your employment. You can do it with sports. Basically anything you want to. You know, and it gives you a strong belief in yourself.
Dean, if I had your information a few years back, man, I would not have gotten a divorce. I promise you that. And I even say this much: with what I know now, with the mind state I got now. And I've got texts from my ex talking about this is strange, and I didn't put these words in her mouth. She said, "You know, Ken, I really respect you." That's what she texted me.
Very first time I heard of you, roughly 3 weeks ago. And I listened to that interview over and over and over, and then finally I thought, well, I'll check out his, you know, I'll search him on, I'll Google him. And then bought one product, and oh, shit, this makes sense. And then then I went to the next one, and it says, well, you get out of life what you put into it. And it snowballed, and then I was just, man, oh man.
You gave me that foundation. Like, you've always said that human thinking, if you're a human, you can't have alpha thoughts. But there's a difference between being a human and trying to have alpha thoughts versus adapting what you've learned to what suits you as a person, as a man, and to say, well, these are the rules that these work for me. You know,
right? What you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm great, Dean. Yeah, real good, man. Yeah, for real. I just really like to say how much Dirty Talk has really had an impact on everything I do, or every sort of interaction I have with women now. It's great.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Tim, real quick. Before you really got into Dirty Talk. What is the difference between how things were before and how things are now?
I'd say before I started listening to the Dean, I mean, I did pretty well with women before, but the problem really was I didn't have the how can I put this? I guess sometimes I would give myself excuses not to talk to women, not to really get what I wanted, not to go after what I wanted. And since I listened to Dean, that's no longer a problem. I mean, I go for what I want, and you know, I don't take it personally if it doesn't go my way.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. And also, I mean, to be honest, my success with women now is at a point where it works so well. It's actually a problem. You know?
Okay, well, what was the turning point on the progress that you made?
Well, the turning point was really taking the time, you know, having the programs, learning what was in them, to take the time to take care of her and to figure out what she needs and to do this for her, to make the effort to get her what she needs in the bedroom, to service her.
Oh man, now you're servicing the shit out of her, huh?
Every day.
Well, describe the situation. What went down? How did it go down?
Well, so I finally figured out what she needed. I was, you know, playing with her, like using one of the 5-play techniques, and I found one that she liked, and I went with it, and then I replaced my fingers with my tongue. And so I'm down there, like the email describes, and I get this liquid in my eyes, a strange salty taste, and I didn't mind, and I thought it was just lubrication. I was just like, okay, whatever. And then she starts gyrating, and she's got the stomach motion going, and her face, her eyes roll to the back of her head, all that stuff, and she's making noises.
And that's pretty much.
And then she climaxes.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
She hits the peak, and just like you taught me, I keep going, I do it for a good 15 minutes before she says, "Okay, you gotta stop," which is good for me because my jaw, my tongue was like
20-30 times since.
Now, wait, hold on.
It made me feel good. It made me feel good to know that I'm taking care of her right. She made me feel good about that too. She was like, "Oh, I've never had anyone do that before." All that good talk that they give when they come, and like to see my sheets drenched was amazing.
And I played it like a human.
And I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own. I mean, like, I wouldn't have stood a chance. I would have went in there, flopped around on top of her for like 5 minutes and went to bed. That would have been it. So I learned quite a bit.
Like, satisfied.
Wow.
Okay, when I would bring new women in, when I would see, beautiful when I talk to them, give them my details. I would say, yeah, well, okay, that's great. We'll meet sometime, next week, for example. And I would completely forget.
Got some water.
I'd completely forget about it.
Got some water, and then she said, "I got
it was so full, and I was thinking, so many other women every new women that I bring in, I either forget to call them, forget to message them back,
and then I was like, all right. But
I'd have no free time myself trying to fit a day into a girl in each day to see. I'd have no free time myself, and I'd start missing one of the things that I like to do. I play a lot of sports. I like to work out.
How did that make you feel?
It just reconfirmed what I already knew.
How did that make you feel?
And it really just got to the point where I had three good women.
You want to be Superman, but you think you're like Magneto. you thinking you like.
How you doing, man?
Man.
She respecting you as a man? That's good, man.
She respects me as a man. She does not, as of this point, she does not challenge me anymore.
That's good.
She is good to me. She is very, very good to me because I earned that shit. I'm low tolerance, no tolerance. There's no bullshit. We don't fight. We don't have arguments. Nothing like that. We're good to each other. And if she were to change, she understands that would be the end of it. There's no tolerance for that kind of thing.
Well, what is no tolerance to you? What is that to you?
No tolerance to me means you don't compromise on your values, the things that make you who you are. And my values were instilled in me by some of the products that I got from you. And everything that you've ever said, every word that you say in the products is to my benefit. It's to her benefit too, really. But these are things that I've instilled into my life. I live by these things. These are my laws, rules, and codes. And I don't compromise on them, period.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes for showtime.
So the thing that made me want to stick with you is when I first emailed you to ask which product I should buy, you didn't email me back. You called me. You called me to assess my state, where I was in the game. You called me, and at that point I wasn't even talking to women. And I remember distinctly. You told me, all right, put some clothing on, go to the mall. We're about to have your first experience, and you took the time out of your day. We must have spent a total of 3 hours on the phone of you explaining how it works and about the free boot camps and that. Talking to women is not even stepping on the field yet. That doesn't count for shit.
Right.
So you forced me. You didn't force me, but you encouraged me to do it, and I did it. I went out and I just said hi. That's all it was. Just say hi. I remember that distinctly, and from that moment on, and especially after I learned the principle of one mentor. You have one mentor because you don't need more than one mentor. It's not good for you. There's one system. You have one system. You try to add things to it, you fuck it up. You can't do that. You have one system, and you use that system, period. And obviously it works for me. Yeah. So
when I started listening to your show, I realized I don't need to be part of no females.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So listen, I'm going to tell you how you can get a woman obsessed with you. How you get a girl to really really be feeling you, right? So
what's going on, everybody? www.themanmindset.com. It's your boy, The Dean. Class is in session. You know what, guys? What I want to talk to you guys today about is attraction. And the thing for a lot of you guys is that you think you get a pass straight to attraction immediately. That's not going to happen. In order to do that, guys, you have to make sure you get curiosity.
The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome to the Dating Advice Hour with your hosts, Mr. Locario and Steve the Dean Williams. This show will teach you how to keep conversations going, how to be more attractive, more confident, more masculine, how to be better at knowing what to say to a woman, and have a more satisfied dating and sex life. Mr. Locario is the bad boy of the dating game. BadBoyMembership.com is where you can go to step up your game, as Mr. Locario provides you with detailed step-by-step dating advice, audio, video tutorials every month. Steve the Dean Williams has been teaching men about dating, sex, and manhood for over 25 years. From building yourself to having the perfect marriage. His website is www.themanmindset.com. The call-in number is 515-605-9373. That's 515-605-9373. Take it away, guys.
All right, we're here. Miss Locario, what's good with you, fam? How you doing, man? What's good, man?
What up? I'm chilling. What's good with you? How's everything?
Shit, everything's good over this motherfucker.
All right, we're here.
Oh, shit. Guys, y'all want to call in? The number is calling live at 515-605-9373. That's 515-605-9373. Press 1. We'd love to have you in. Miss Locario and myself are here to read emails to you guys and chop it up with you guys and read and just do what we do for our hour. And so Mr. Locario can get out there and do what he do best, chop it up with them women. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So why don't you go ahead, Locario? Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, man? What you got going on over there at the BadBoyMembership.com, fam?
Yeah, so all of you guys need to make sure you go to BadBoyMembership.com right now so that you can join the Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. So all of you guys should be on that. Also, make sure that you guys sign up for my 30-minute game sessions. This is when you get a half an hour one-on-one with me private coaching session that you can get right now. Just go to MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com and sign up for the 30-minute game sessions. All right. So yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is, guys. You want to check me out, www.themanmindset.com. I'm getting great information from Mr. Locario, and because of Mr. Locario's help and everything, which is greatly appreciated, we are going to be opening up our membership on the 1st of the month. So I just want to, I've been picking Mr. Locario's brain on this, so I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate this shit, man. Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's what's up, man. You gotta get on it, man. You gotta get on it.
Man, I'm trying. This Locario, I'm trying to get on it, man. I'm trying, and I'm just, hey, like I say, I'm trying to be like you and everything, fam. So, so yeah, I'm trying to get on it, man. But yeah, I just wanted to say I appreciate all the help and everything. Let's go ahead and get into these emails. Do you want me? Should I go first, or you would like to go first? Who's up?
No, you go first.
All right, well, let me switch. God damn, Mr. Carr, we can't even go first without having a question. Area code, let me ask you. Area code 216. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, 216. What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from, man? 216. Damn. All right. I guess. I guess he did, man. He said hello. We spoke to him, but let me go ahead and read the email. Let me read what I have. Okay, Mr. Locario. Okay, I'm new here. Nice to meet you all. I've been seeing this amazing chick for about a month now, and we've been on 3 dates. The second date, we had sex at her house. The third date, we had sex at my house. When we're together, she's very affectionate, kissing me on my forehead, rubs my head, and wants to cuddle all the time. I'm very into her, but she tells me that she doesn't want to get into a relationship. And also she says, and when she's at home, she doesn't think of me much, which I think is bullshit. But her previous douchebag boyfriend hurt her so she doesn't want to go through the same thing with me. She was with him for 3 years, and I'm a completely different guy. We have been texting each other every day. Some days we don't talk, but I like to give her space when she needs it. She goes out with her friends, and I don't mind at all. I want to make this girl my girlfriend, but she told me she's not in the right headspace, and it could take a year for her to think about dating again. I want to know, what can I do to make her change her mind? She really likes me, and we are great for each other, and I know it, and she knows it, but she's very closed off with her emotions right now. And I have a fourth date coming up with her this Friday, which is Friday night, which is tonight. Almost done. Then she's clubbing on Saturday, but isn't the type of girl who sluts around. I just want to know where I can improve with her to make her come out of her shell. Should I do nice things for her? Not go overboard? Should I back off a little bit and let her get her head right? I'm confused about my information, and any help that you would give me would be great.
Oh man! All right, let me
I'm sorry. I know it's kind of long. Man. Shit.
No, it's good because I got to tell this up though, because the thing is this, and I said this before on a number of different occasions. When you guys out here dealing with girls and you actually want, because I know some of you guys want a certain girl to be your girlfriend and all of that. And I always say, like, you got to understand that the girl has to choose, meaning she has to choose to want to have that sort of relationship. And then once she chooses, then that's when you okay it, meaning that you have to basically fall back, just, hang out with her and hook up and do what you do, like do what you've been doing, just chilling with her. And then at a certain point, she's going to get emotionally attached to you. At that point, when she gets emotionally attached to you, that's when she's going to bring up, hey, what does this mean? And we should take it to the next level, yada, yada, yada. And then at that point, you say, all right, cool, I'll fuck with you, because at that point, that's when she actually wants it to happen. That's when she is, ready for it to go down, because she's at that point ready. Like right now, she's like, oh, I'm just, this happened and that happened and I'm not there. So there's really no way that you can sort of get her to want it. She has to want it for herself. And the way that she ends up wanting it for herself is by you just being cool, calm, and collected, going out with her, hanging out with her, hooking up with her, and just, keeping it real casual. And at a certain point, she's going to want it, because she's going to be like, wow, I'm starting to really like him. We've been seeing each other for a while, and now I want to take it to that next level. But the thing that's going to mess it up is you trying to make something happen. You sort of saying, yo, girl, why can't we be together? And I really like you. And, all that other stuff, all that pressure is going to make her sort of push you off of her, and she's just going to fall back, and, she ain't going to really want to mess with you. But if you're there and you're just being, chill, and she's just enjoying the time with you, at a certain point, that's when she's going to really want to make it happen. But you got to just sort of relax and let it flow naturally. You see what I mean? So that's my thoughts on it. But Steve, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, the thing that I'm thinking is that this is kind of a tricky situation, because see, what he doesn't understand, and you're gonna feel me on this one. What he doesn't understand is when you are skilled with the knowledge that you give and I give all the time, you don't necessarily, you're asking I feel like he's asking the wrong question, because I really think, like for instance, let's look at a Mercedes or a Bugatti or a Jag or a Ferrari or a Porsche. What do they all have in common? Right. The name alone sells the vehicle. The vehicle doesn't have to do anything. Right. It's just the name, Nike, Jordans, it's the brand that sells the product. And what I think is wrong here, Mr. Lucario, is that Mr. Lucario is a brand. Alan Roger Curry, a brand. Steve the Dean Williams, a brand. That means we don't have to sell ourselves for any woman, because when a woman gets with us, she knows what the brand has to offer her. And at that point, she knows what she has to do to prove to us that she's worth our time. And I think what's happening here in this situation is he doesn't have a brand. He doesn't have a foundation to stand on, Mr. Lucario. So what happens in those type of situations is that if there's nothing special about you, why would someone invest in you? You know what I mean, fam? And I think I think that's the issue that we're having with this person right here, because okay, if you had sex twice, okay, he said the first time was at his place, second time at her place. So if you have done it twice already and you're not beating the brakes off of her like you should be, she should want to be with you, not only based off of your brand, based off of who you are, based off of your behaviors, but she should want to be with you because the sex and all the other passion stuff that came along with it is something that no other guy can give her. She should be so tempted and like, you know what? I don't want to fuck this up. But if you notice that she's not really pushing or really trying to be up under him, because again, this is a difference between Mr. Lucario. Say, okay, we know shoes are like $5. It costs probably around $5 or under $5 to make a shoe or something, a pair of shoes, right? But it's not the shoe, it's the brand, because you can have the same shoe, Mr. Lucario, and you stamp Nike on it, the value goes up. You stamp Payless on it, the value goes down. The shoe is always going to be the shoe, but it's the brand that is attached to the shoe that gives it its power and gives it the thing that makes women say, okay, I don't care about the shoe. I just want to be associated with the brand. I want to be associated with the guy. So, in my, just for me, and I throw it back to you, fam, I just think that his brand of, remember, I talk about you and I, Mr. Lucario. I don't know what Mr. Lucario do, but we smell our own. Mr. Lucario's brand is Lucario Seduction, Lucario Freaky, Lucario Dirty, Lucario Nasty, Lucario Romantic, Lucario Seduction, Lucario Smooth. And that's part of the brand if you're getting with a Lucario, so to speak. But with him, what are you getting in return to make you want to be a return customer? And I think that's why she's weighing her options out, because the quote unquote brand that he's presenting to her isn't strong enough to make her want to be with him. What's your thoughts on that, fam?
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's probably, and that's the thing, because like the girl, she has to want to do it. She has to have that feeling that inspires her to actually say, yeah, I want to like mess with this guy. Because women at the end of the day, even when, because look, women will say, oh, I'm just not ready. I'm focused on this, or I'm not in that frame of mind or whatever. But all of those things they say, truthfully, are really just excuses and rationalizations to, for them to say at the moment. You understand? Because a woman will say, oh, I just need some time for myself, or but it's really not that. If she found what she wanted, literally at that moment, she would take it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the thing is, and I think in his situation, like, he either doesn't have a brand, or he hasn't developed his brand in a way where she recognizes it yet. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm saying this is why sometimes you have to be in a situation as a guy to just be doing your own thing. You create that brand, and then that's when she starts to recognize and want to jump on it. It's almost like, when you have an artist
Yes.
trying to get a record deal, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And then nobody's really paying attention to them and all of that. And
Right.
then once that artist says, you know what, I'm gonna stop getting a record. I'm gonna just do it on my own. I'm gonna keep my shit popping. And then they start getting hot in the streets. And then that's when all the record labels start hollering. That's when everybody trying to get all up on them. You see what I mean?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it's them doing their own thing, and then that's when everybody's trying to get on. So same thing with this guy, is that he shouldn't worry about trying to get her. He needs to just be doing his own thing, and then by doing his own thing, that's the way he's going to get her. It's just by doing his own thing, and then she's going to recognize how valuable he is and be like, damn, like I need to, grab onto this dude before he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that really needs to go down. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And again, we have a phone call real quick, guys. Again, if y'all want to call in, 515-605-9373 is the number. 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1, and we'll be happy to bring you in. Here's the other caller. I think he called and accidentally hung up before, so let's see if we can get him back in. 216, did you have a question, sir?
We had a question from Mr. Lucario.
What up? What's going on?
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about open relationships, and they brought up, well, if you're in that and you're dealing with somebody else, what if the other person they're dealing with, and you like them more, and they leave you? Like, they feel like that's a problem in open relationships. I want to know what you think about that.
So you're saying that being in an open relationship, the problem is that if they get with someone else, or they seeing somebody else, they might want to leave you for that person. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that could happen, but that also could happen in a monogamous relationship. The only difference is, in a monogamous relationship, it catches you by surprise. You know what I'm saying? Because if you with your girl, or and let's say she's sneaking off and seeing some other dude, she's gonna one day say, you know what, I'm leaving you because I'm going with so and so, and you're like, what? Who is this guy? I didn't know you was cheating on me, blah blah blah. Versus if you're in an open relationship and the person is seeing other people, they could also have the freedom to go and leave with that person. You see what I mean? So it's not saying that. See, the thing is, people in society, they have a thought process of thinking monogamy gives them a force field of their spouse or whoever not leaving them. You see what I mean? Like anybody you're with, if you're dating them, if you're just a fuck buddy, if that's a monogamous relationship, or if it's an open relationship, anybody in any situation could leave you at any time. You see what I'm saying? So worrying about that is kind of like a waste of time when it comes to a relationship, monogamy, or whatever. It's still all the same thing. So I always tell people, when you're in a relationship, you got to just enjoy the moment you're in the relationship, because you never know what could happen. You see what I mean? So that's really like the end all be all to that argument. I get that all the time. They'd be like, oh, what if you're in a open relationship? What if your wife leave you for another guy? And I'm like, well, you're in a monogamous relationship. What if your wife leave you for another guy? It's the same shit.
Well, let me ask about 216. So your question is, you're worried about losing your girl if you let her have an open relationship?
No, I was talking to somebody about open relationships in general, and they brought that up.
What did they bring up to you?
They brought up, what if the person leaves you for the other person they're dealing with?
Oh, wait, you were talking to a guy about this or a woman? Okay, hold on. Lucario, this is it goes back to what we were saying earlier, answering the first email. You gotta understand something. If you're doing everything right, 216, and anyone listening, if you are doing everything right as a man, you're doing everything right with your mouthpiece, you're doing everything right in the bedroom, you will be the first one again, look hard, how many times have we done this? We're with a woman, and you know what? We say, you know what? You can have the open relationship. You can see anybody you want to see. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to go out to dinner with anybody you want to, and the woman's like, yes, I got the best of both. She's like, Mr. Carr, she thinks she winning. She's like, yeah, I can. You mean to tell me I can go out with other guys and I can do all this other stuff and be with you and you'll be fine with it? You'll be absolutely right. But see, with 216, what you need to tell your boy about what he doesn't understand is, I'm not worried about losing her, because the problem Lucario and myself get is once we begin to do this sex stuff with these women, everything seems to change. All of a sudden, it's where you going, who you going to see, and I don't feel like going out tonight, and I was gonna go out with such and such, but I'd rather just spend some time with you. And then it's like 202. We're bringing in 1 second. Then it's like Mr. Lucario that they want to have that talk. Then I know you said we wanted to be friends, and I know you said that I can do whatever I want, but I'm starting to care about you. And I don't want to see you with any. Tell them about that. Let's talk about that for a second, Ms. Lucario, before we bring in 202. But let's talk about that for a second.
Right. Well, also too, that's another good point, is that what you got to understand is, and this is what I always say about, because people always look at relationships as a competition. You feel what I'm saying? And so people are always thinking, well, this person's gonna want this other person more. This person, you know what I mean? And so what you understand about it is that if your girl wants what you have, she has to stick with you. You see what I mean? And so when she realizes what you have, usually that's going to be the thing that's going to make her not want to go anywhere anyway, even if she has the option to do that. You
right.
So, and what I find is funny, because the thing is, because with me, with my open relationship, what I noticed is a lot of times my girl is always like checking in on me to see what I'm doing, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I want to spend more time with you."
Yes.
She has the opportunity to go out and do what she do. So it's that type of thing. So a lot of times it comes down to that. This is why a lot of times you'll even see, or you even hear, when people are just dating.
Yes.
They're like, they're not really in some type of long-term relationship, but they're just dating, they're messing around with other people, whatever. A lot of times you hear women will sometimes end up having a lot of sex with the same dude because his sex game is on point.
On point. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
He's dealing with. You see what I mean? And this is why she's gonna stick around a little bit more. You see what I mean? So there's also that other end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just want to say to 216 before we bring in 202. 216. This is something not for you, but your boy to learn as a lesson. If you're worried about losing your girl, then your game, your sex game, your mouthpiece, and all that other stuff need to have work on it. Because if you are confident in what you can do, and you can move mountains in a woman's mind without even touching her, you shouldn't even worry about losing your girl. Matter of fact, what you should worry about is her changing the contract of the agreement that you have. That's what you need to worry. That tells you about your boy, or whoever asked I guess you said your boy asked the question. So your boy he needs some work, because if he's worried about the woman leaving him, then there are some issues with him that he needs to fix on his own. Bring you in real quick, 216. Does that make any sense to you, man? I'm sorry? Okay, all right. Well, thanks, man. We'll throw you back in the queue. Let's bring in the next caller. Guys, if y'all want to call in, 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1, and we'd love to have you in. This is a DC, man. 202, what's your name? Where you calling from, big dog? Well, we know where you calling from. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, yeah, what's up, man? It's John from DC.
What's good, John from DC?
Steve, Mr.
What's good?
Hey, man, Mr. Lucario, man, we was chopping it up a little bit earlier, and
what's up?
I just want to. Yeah, I want to bring something back, man. I had an additional question about going all in, or possibly just trying to set it up for later on that night, and how to kind of navigate around that.
What's the question? What was his question?
Yeah, say the question over.
Yeah, what was your question? Yeah, can you say the question over?
Oh, okay. So when you meet a chick, you know what I'm saying, and you ready right that minute, you know what I'm saying, and you feel that she's feeling you as well, and so you go ahead and lay it all on the, you know what I'm saying, lay it all on the table, but that could potentially jeopardize the whole situation, versus just kind of going slow and setting it up for later on that evening, or maybe even the next night.
Okay, what are you setting up? You mean the fuck, or what's the setup? What are you trying to set up?
I mean, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Right.
So
a lot of it, I would say, real, if we talking just in a general sense, is thinking about or seeing the vibe in the situation that you're in with the girl, because sometimes you're dealing with a chick and she's making it blatantly obvious that she's trying to make something happen. So there's not that much you need to do because she's really trying to make it go down, and she sort of follows through and cooperates all the way through, and then it goes down. So you could be taking it slower. You could just go all in, and it wouldn't really matter because she's down regardless. You understand? But the thing is, I think what messes a lot of guys up is more so doubting yourself in the situation of feeling like you don't really know what to do at the moment. You feel what I'm saying? And then by not knowing what to do at the moment, there's a lot of hesitation that comes along with it, which sometimes messes up the interaction. So if you're trying to go in all the way, you understand? Like, let's say you're talking to a girl, you want to go on some mode one type of shit, and just be like, yo, this is what it is, let's do this, let's do that. And, you just see her reaction based off of that, and then you move forward. You understand? But on the flip side, you could be on some, let me try to set it up for later, or let's take it slow and all the other stuff, and then nothing happens. You see what I mean? So usually what you need to do is, at the end of the day, is that if the situation calls for it where she's actually ready to make it happen, you need to sort of strike while the pussy is hot. That's what I usually say, where she's ready at that moment, so you could just go all in and make it happen. You understand? Now, if you try to go in and make it happen, but it doesn't happen, then after that, you could probably, wait for, maybe see what could happen the next day or whatever, because depending on the logistics or whatever the situation is, it might not be feasible to go in all the way at the moment. So it's really just filling out the situation and choosing, at the end of the day, what's the best route to go, based off of what's happening in the situation. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. All right. All right. 202. Check this out. 202. So I'm about to play some. I had one of my clients that was kind of in a situation like yours. He was with a beautiful woman. She was bad as fuck. He met her. And the thing that he learned, the thing that I want you to understand is she knows you guys want to fuck, okay? But what throws a woman off is a guy that knows that he wants to fuck, but he's chill about it. That he's like, you know what, I don't need to rush it because you're not the only one type of attitude, as in, you know what, yes, you're sexy. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're all those things. And yes, I do want to fuck you. But you know what? I want to fuck you on my time when you have that type of attitude. Because then what will happen, 202, is then what I always instruct my clients to do is get on the phone first. I look, like I always tell Mr. Cario, when I meet a woman, the pussy's already mine. So there's no really reason to even go for something that's already mine. I mean, the pussy's mine. It's just a matter of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show her why she needs to invest in me. And by doing that, like, what's all that in the car? Is that you or 202? Y'all like crackling.
No, that was me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, mute yourself, man. Mute yourself, Lucario. Mute yourself, man. So, yeah, mute yourself, Lucario. No, but what I'm saying is that...
Hey, Steve, sound like he over there counting a lot of money, man.
Yeah, he counting paper. Yeah, I know, man. Put that paper down for a second, motherfucker. No, 202. So what I was saying, is that what I would want you to do is, I don't want you to be like everybody else. I want her to want the bait, but don't even know there's a hook inside of it. And by doing that is using your mouthpiece to show her why you are who you are. Because a motherfucker that's smooth about this shit, I don't need to rush to get that pussy. Why? Because when she gets done talking to me, she's going to realize that I have more women on my roster just based off my mouthpiece. So then at that point, you then begin to intrigue her to want to be with you. See, here's the thing. See, I don't want you to want and go after her. What I want her to do is I want her to want you. Because when she realizes that you are that motherfucker with the mouthpiece, when she realizes that you smooth about your game, I want her to want you instead of you wanting her. Then she gives you the pussy based off of you wanting her. No, I want her to want you. And then that's what I got my client to do. I had my client, he slowed it down, he used a mouth game, right? He got her on the telephone, right? But what he did was he reinforced it. C2OT, we reinforced it. Now, I'm going to play you a clip of the chick's phone call. You probably never heard this before. Everybody who's listening, they probably have, but I'm going to let you hear it real quick. I want you to hear the phone call that she sent him after he used the 5-play, the techniques that I have for him. So remember, his mouth game got her to want him. But then when he was with her, he solidified it, because a lot of guys talk a lot of shit. They talk about what they can do, but they never follow through, okay? So this guy came through on the phone, then he followed through, and Mr. Carr, you're gonna be like, dog, why you taking my girl's phone call? Because this, look, 202. What you about to hear is the normal phone call from a Mr. Lucario, from me, and anybody who get asked. And again, 202, if you're doing it correctly, you should have a phone call like this. Listen to this real quick, okay? Listen to this. Listen.
Or letting me have a couple of days to actually think about what freaking happened the other night. Anyway, it was so funny how I had my whole mind made up on, like, when you leave your ass alone, I just felt like you was trouble. And it's so interesting how vibe is, because I was right, you know? I ain't gonna lie, I do have questions. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, you know, who taught you that? Like, are you a goddamn professional? So on a real note, like, that was amazing. It was totally, like, perfect. Like, if I were to vision what I want my man to be sexually, you would be that person, like, hands down. Am I mad at you? Hell yeah, because you know that you got those skills. So for you to do that to me, that was not nice at all. Because I was getting to know you in a whole different way, and it was cool too. Like, that other way was also nice, you know. So yeah, I don't know. You know, it makes me more curious about, like, who you are and what you're really about. I won't lie, you know. But again, I keep feeling that vibe of, like, how you gonna do me like that? That is not nice. So you definitely, at some point, will have to, like, give me that explanation, because I'm just real curious. But that's it. I'm not, you know, in any way need anything else. I think I'm okay.
Well, let me stop right there. Okay, so 202. Now you heard that. Now, here's the question. Is he wanting her more, or is she wanting him more, 202?
Oh, she wanted him.
Exactly. That's the point. You see, now Mr. Carr be like, damn, dog, why you steal my voicemails and shit? But no, but what I'm saying for you, 202, and anyone listen, that's what we want you to get. See, look, I know you want her. She knows you want her. But one thing that makes you different, that we want to make you different, is we want women to want you like this. That's what I'm talking about. Look, like I said, when you know the pussy's yours, that's how they gonna act. Because then they got to prove themselves to you instead of you doing it the other way around. Because most of these cakes, Mr. Lucario, they'll do the dinners, they'll do the drinks, they'll kiss her ass, they'll do all this cakey ass shit for her, because they don't know their value and their worth. Once you learn your value and your worth, 202, it's not a thing of if you gonna get the pussy. It's when you gonna get it, but it's gonna be on your time, because you're not thirsty for it. You don't need to go at it right now, because a man who has a lot of women has what? A lot of choices. And once she realizes you have choices in other women, that's when the pendulum is going to turn, and that's when she's going to start to want you instead of you wanting her. Lucario, what you got on that, fam?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. See, the thing is that, again, like I was saying earlier, is that at the end of the day, the woman still needs to choose. You understand? Because she needs to be able to, like, solidify it in her mind and heart and soul that she actually wants it to go down with you. You see what I mean? And that's what makes it easier for you to make something happen. You understand? And sometimes, like I was saying earlier, that she's automatically feeling that way, and you see it, and she's showing it, and you sense it. You hear what I'm saying? But sometimes what happens is that it's a little bit ambiguous, or you can't really tell that much, or she's not really thinking about it or looking at it in that way. So that's when your behavior comes in to say, okay, what's going on in this situation? What's the vibe I'm feeling, and what's going on, in this situation for anything to go down? And now, if you see that she's not really there yet, or it's not really in that zone, then you can start to do things to try to get her to that point to make it happen. You understand? And sometimes it can be you just filling it out a little bit, and sometimes it can be you just going all in. You see what I mean? And so a lot of times there's no like one way that's right all the time, or one way that's it all depends on like the context. It's kind of like if somebody's saying, hey, how do I defend myself in a situation? Does the guy have a gun, or does he have a knife, or does he have a fist? Like, what are we talking about? You gotta see what's in the situation, and a lot of times that's going to give you the input on how to respond in that situation. You see what I mean? So it's really all about. But the thing is, with you gotta know how to respond in all those different ways, and also keep in mind her sort of like attraction and attention she's giving towards you, and see how you can balance all of that out. You see what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Yeah, basically just kind of assess the situation a little bit more before I come to a conclusion, and like operate just off of my conclusion before I really kind of like scan the field, so to speak.
202, tell me something. What can you tell me about her right now? How long have you been talking to her for?
Huh?
How long have you been talking to her for?
Well, I had just met her earlier. See, I had called and spoke to Mr. Lucario earlier about a situation. I was driving, and I seen Slim on the side. She was walking. So I had just, pulled up, say hello, woo, told her she was cute, come take a ride with me. And we just get to talking, we get to, I'm telling her that, she got sexy lips, this and that, let me see her titties and all that. And,
so you going on for the juggler. You going for the juggler, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, straight up, I was just, I didn't whip out on her, but I had her, I took her hand and said, look, this is what you got me feeling right now. And she all chuckling and woo, and I'm like, well, go ahead, man, let's go ahead and
all right, but
take
what?
It all the way.
But okay, but wait, I want you to think about something, because I'm always about safety. I want you to really think about something, okay? Now I don't know how much game you have, but I want you to think about this. If she is willing to do that to you and she doesn't know you, what do you think she doing with the motherfuckers who know what they doing, man? You got, again, I want you to be able to look at the red flags as well, dog. I know y'all guys love it's not porn, man. I mean, you got to be careful. I don't want you catching anything, because again, she didn't do anything to qualify, number one. But you saying, let me look at your titties and all this other, and then she's being receptive. That you don't see that as the older you get, you got to look at these red flags. Think about this. You know nothing about this woman. You asking for things, and she's willing to give them to you, and you don't know her that well. So who else is she doing that with?
Yeah, I was just so.
Need you to
locked in the moment. I wasn't even thinking.
Nah, we don't. I need you to be locked out of the moment and look at things. Look at the chessboard, not just the pieces. Because if you, because again, I'm not saying she doesn't. She has something. I'm just saying that because look, your last name, your sperm, your dick, everything that you have, she should be working hard for it. And if she's willing to give it that fast, and you think about it, you picked her up, she got in the car with you. Number one, you're a complete stranger, so that's strike one, because that means she get in the car with any motherfucker. Then all of a sudden, you talking about fucking and all that, doing all this other stuff, and she giggling, dude. You gotta look at look. I know y'all motherfuckers want to fuck, but y'all guys gotta think about these bottom of the look. I'm glad you got someone, but y'all motherfuckers got to stop fucking with these bottom of the barrel bitches, dog. Y'all got to get better quality women. Because a bitch walking down the street and getting in a car, low value, bottom of the barrel 202, You got to get better, more sophisticated, where a woman can do more for you than, you know, vice versa. Lakarian, what you got on that, man? What's your thoughts on that, man?
No, well, the thing is, I like the fact that he was bold and he actually, you know, went up to and said what's what. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like that too. Yes.
Right. Like I was saying on the show earlier, though, when he was on my live stream, I was saying that, you know, the fact that she was sort of wishy-washy about the whole situation, you understand, where it's like she was cooperating to a certain extent. And then all of a sudden she was like, oh, I don't know. I'm not really trying to do all of that. You feel what I mean? That to me, I was like, you know, it's cool to charge it to the game after that because he was asking, should he keep trying to like holler at her or should he have like tried to get it on a later date or whatever? And it's like her being on that wishy-washy type of stuff, you understand, to me is the red flag a lot of times because then she's the type of chick who 1 minute she's feeling this way, the next minute she's feeling that way, the next minute she's feeling that way. And I feel like you don't want to get yourself involved with a lot of women who, you know, just are all over the place like that because then you're going to get yourself in situations you don't want to be in. So I don't have a problem with necessarily the fact that the chick was cooperating just off a jump in that moment. You know what I mean? My whole thing was I just don't like the switching up that she did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how old was she?
Switching up.
How old was she? How old is she?
Like 20, probably no more than 21.
Right, so she a young chick too.
She a young chick.
So,
yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 37.
All right. See, that's the thing with a lot of the young girls, man. It's like they still in that, you know, because 21 is not too young, but it's still young.
Yeah.
And them chicks, those are the chicks that they do stuff and then they regret it later.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, well, think about that.
Instead of taking responsibility.
Yeah, but think about that.
You did something, you know. So.
Yeah, but Lucario, think about that regret later. What if he did something, then she got that regret later, and all of a sudden he raped me type bullshit? You know what I mean? You can't. You gotta. You gotta be careful. Yeah, I like 202. I love your assertiveness. I love the fact that you said all what you said and all other stuff. That's all good and dandy. But let me ask you this. When you dropped her off, okay, so she went down, you drove her, you dropped her off. What happened when you dropped her off?
Well, we didn't really go far. When she got in, I said, well, look, let's just go to a little more private, secluded area.
Wait a second. Wait. Hold up. Wait. You just met her and she let you take it to a secluded area?
Wait, no, hold on. Let me.
Oh my fuck!
Oh, as a matter of fact, okay, Steve, because you know the area. Okay, I was in Bladensburg.
Oh, Bladensburg. Okay, yeah. No, Bladensburg. Yeah, hell yeah, no Bladensburg. Okay.
Okay. So where the high school is, you got the apartments on one side. You got the housing community on the other side. I was in the housing community, right?
Oh my
God! I'm just driving and I'm at the stop sign and I see her walking down the street. So I just let her walk on to me, and I rolled down the window, said, "Hey, well, you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
Told her, you know, let's go ahead, get off this little intersection and go down the street somewhere, just, you know what I'm saying, chop it up.
Okay.
You know, and after about 15, 20 minutes, you know, got a little touchy-feely, whatever, and she kind of like backed off. So I was like, well, you know, I'm just, wherever you was going, I'm just kind of like slowing you up, and let me go ahead and get about my day, you know what I'm saying, and go ahead and about your business, you know what I'm saying, because I'm just like in the way. So, you know, she pretty much got out. But before she got out, though, even though she had, like, resisted my advances, she reached in for a hug. And I found that to be, I don't know, maybe like she was just looking for some type of attention or some security, you know what I'm saying? But she gave me a little hug, and she walked up the street.
And you didn't get any, you didn't give her your number or anything?
I don't even know her name.
What the what, man, dog? Come on, man. Come on, man.
I seen her and I was just like, man, this is just a right here, right now type of situation. That's kind of like why I went hard like that.
Did you have any rubbers?
Man.
Wait, come on, dog. What's wrong with you? You're 37. Hold on, dog. Come on, man. Y'all, you gotta. I need you to think, man. You're 37 years old, dog. You meet a motherfucking bitch on the street. You don't even know the motherfucker's name. You don't know shit about this bitch. You trying to pull her over to try to fuck. You trying to fuck a motherfucker you don't even know raw? What's wrong with you, Mo? What's wrong, 202? Why would you?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all got to think.
You ain't had no condoms or nothing?
Nothing. He was going to go raw.
I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't make it any better, man. I was just trying to get some mouth action, man. But I know that don't make it any better.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
As a matter of fact, see, I really didn't have nowhere to take her. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to take her to my house. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, I was just trying to get it out the way real quick.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying, so your question is, do you want to get back at her? How do you get back at her if you don't even know her name or any contact information?
No, not her. I'm just saying, like, them type of scenarios, when you find yourself in a scenario like that, is it better to try to set it up, you know what I'm saying, exchange information and then set it up for later on that night or that weekend, or just go full-fledged, you know what I'm saying, right into it? That was my original question.
Okay.
And the possibility of, I guess, throwing it all away, so to speak, if you go all in, all at once.
Right. Well, I think again, it's like I was talking about this on my show earlier. A lot of things have to do with the context. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because in your situation, you know, you just like randomly, you know, met the chick off the street, and you know she got in your car and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of like happened all fast in that sort of context. So that's different than if you was, let's say, you know, at a bar or something, or you just happen to be walking down the street, you talk to some girl, y'all chilling, y'all start making out, whatever. Like, so it's just all about the context. So the context that it was in was kind of weird in that sort of way. But if you met at a bar or something, y'all start talking and y'all start messing around, that's one thing, because she's showing the interest that quick, and then you could probably, you know, make something happen, go to a hotel, go to her house, whatever it is. But I think with this specific situation, the context that it's in it was probably like a lot of shakiness that could have went down in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because when you first told me about, you know, like I just got her off the street and she just came in my car. I was like, she's coming in the car.
I know.
She's showing cooperation, but at the same time, it's still, you know what I'm saying? You still got to think about the context.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. It's not.
So it's not saying that you can't go in all the way from the jump. You know, it's just that in the specific context, like if you at a bar, you met a chick and everything was cool, then yeah, go in all the way, y'all do y'all thing. But I think within this context, it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird in that way. You know what I mean? So it's just that specific, I think. Situation.
That would
all over the place.
That's all over the place. 202.
So, you know,
shit. I know they fucking, but damn, dog, this ain't like everything lined up for your ass, and this bitch got in the car. I mean, but you don't even know the bitch's name, dog. I mean, shit, man. Oh,
man, I wasn't even about that, you know. But you know, I'm real thankful with what you said, Steve. You know, because I was being real reckless. You know,
please, man. We care about we care about you guys, man. I don't want you. I mean, again, I want you to get all the ass you can get, but I just want you to think. But number two is, I know them bottom of the barrel bitches are easy to get, but I want you to do better, man. Get the lawyers and the doctor, get something out of this shit. Get a bitch that's going to take you out and spend money on you and shit. I mean, what you gonna get from that bitch? What, a Wendy's hamburger and some nuggets and shit on the side? You know what I mean? So. Come on, man. You gotta do a little bit better, dog. Just a little bit better, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I can dig it.
But bring rubbers with, man. Always be prepared, man. Have your rubbers, have your wipes, have all that shit. And you should have a little backpack with a little. I talked about that, Lucario. You should always have a little kit with you with deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, rubbers. All that stuff, because you don't know in a moment's notice if you're gonna be with a good chick and you spend a night at her house, you gotta be prepared, you know. So just something to think about, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
But,
man.
you know, it was just one of them things. You know, I wasn't out there looking for nothing. You know, but I felt like a spider in the fly.
I know that was great. I love. Hey, listen, I
I
love the assertiveness. That's great. Look, you saw the zebra. You bit her neck, took up the tree. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But this zebra was kind of like, I don't know, man. Probably had some marks and shit on it that like. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to bite that fucking zebra. That motherfucker jumped in my. Hey, the zebra just like said, "Open up, let me jump in your mouth, motherfucker." That was like, hold up, man. Why ain't you running from me? Why are you asking to bite? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying though. So just saying, big dog. Just be careful, okay? 202.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. Mr. Lucario, Steve, man. Until next time.
Much love, 202. We'll throw you back in the queue, man. Be safe, fam. All right, Lucario, I guess we got one. Go ahead and read the email. I guess we probably got one email to go before we end the show, but go ahead and read your email, sir.
Right. All right, so this one says, here's my situation. When I go out, I give these chicks my business card. They always seem to look at the back of the card, which is blank. Then they proceed to ask me what type of business do I have. My response is, well, we'll discuss that when you call. And then I hit them with the flaky line from your book. Anyway, they call me the next day. And then I reply and tell them, let's hook up tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then that's when the conversation ends. What's the deal with that? What am I doing wrong? So
okay.
He's basically saying, you tell the chick, yo, holla at me. And then she hollers at him, and he tries to date, but then nothing happens after that.
Okay. And this is for man mindset thing. What I want you guys to do is instead of waiting for the phone call to set things up, I want you to lay out everything early on so you don't waste any of your time. Usually when I tell a guy when he meets a woman, number one, I want you to tell her the reason why you walked over and started talking to her, number one. But then number two, let her know what your intentions are. Meaning, you know what? I want to take you out sometime. Remember, we don't do dinner. So it's either coffee, ice cream, or fucking feed the ducks, something real light. But, Ms. Lucario, I want to get that out the way because what's next is working on her, showing her why she should get with me. Then a few days later, making her play with her pussy. Then by the time you have the date, it's all about affection, hugs, and kisses instead of an interview. So I rather him do it earlier, Mr. Cario, as far as, okay, I think he did everything right. Yeah, gave your card, talked to all the other good, that you did all that stuff right. But the only thing is, I don't think, since he didn't get his attention, see, he wasted his time. And here's another thing I just want to ask you quick, what you think, Mr. Cario. I think when she called him, he didn't know how to talk to her. Meaning that I think once he talked to her a little while and then said, hey, you know what, let's go out on a date, she was like, nah, that's okay, because I think she lost interest during the conversation. What's your take on that, fam? What you got on that, man?
Right. I think what it is that, sometimes when it comes to the chick actually responding to you, and if you don't know what to do, how to set things up, how to make it happen, sometimes what could happen is that she could lose interest and then nothing goes down, right? But a lot of times too, sometimes you're gonna have those chicks where they hit you up or whatever, and like you were saying too, you have that thing where you like, okay, well, I'm a flirt with her, get her, playing with the pussy, all that other craziness. And so certain guys don't know how to do that right, and then therefore by the time she wants something to go down, it doesn't go down.
Right.
And then you have the other end of the spectrum where you respond to her, and this is usually rare. I would say is that you respond to her and then she doesn't respond back, because the fact that she hit you up, because he said she hit me up and I said let's get together at 6, and then she doesn't respond back, which is kind of weird, which is kind of rare. And I think sometimes it's just that girl, she's just fucking around with a lot of different other dudes, and then she gets caught up in all that bullshit, which is why she's not responding back to you. Because the fact that she hit you back, one, that shows interest, that she contacted you after you gave her the card, so they're showing the interest. So for her to not respond back after you then set something up, that means that she's just sort of like all over the place. with her situation. You know what I mean? So, because chicks do that sometimes too. Because what they do is when they don't respond back, because you know, she could have responded back at, you know, from the, like right now, we don't know. Like she could have responded back to him at a certain time. But usually if a chick replies to you after you give it a card and you set something up and then she doesn't respond back, what she's doing is she's taking a lot of time to figure out her options of what she want to do for that weekend or whatever it is like that. She's trying to check on so-and-so first, and then she's probably checking on you later and all the other stuff. So sometimes her not getting back to you is a sign that she's into you, but she still has other dudes she's into a little bit more or putting above you in that moment and before she's getting back to you. You see what I'm saying? She's trying to weigh out her options. Because if you were her number one option, she would get back to you immediately. You know what I'm saying? Or she would let it be known as soon as possible. But since she's going back and forth, she's looking through her options first, and then she's going to get back to you. So, you know, it all depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to make happen at the end of the day. If you want to continue with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot. I don't like it when they play games. I'm not about the gameplay and all the other bullshit, but you're right about that, fam.
Right.
You gotta be specific. You gotta let her know what the fuck is going on, and work from that point. Don't sit around and you know. I think that he bored her. I mean, I don't think he kept her attention. I don't think. I don't know. I just think what he did, it just wasn't enough where she was thinking, well, you know what, I wanna spend some time with this guy, but is he worth it? You know what I mean, Miss Lucario? So I think he kind of messed up with the phone call. I like the fact that he did everything correctly. It's just that I think his biggest mistake was his mouthpiece when he had the opportunity. I don't think he took it very well. What's your take on that, fam?
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes what happens is that just there's always this like vibe a lot of times when it comes to the game where dudes is dealing with chicks and everything, and you know, sometimes the vibe just isn't there. You know what I'm saying? So like you say, he could have been doing something that you know, where she was bored or she wasn't just feeling the vibe or whatever. Because I feel like there probably was something else that happened within that time, you know what I'm saying, that he probably left out of the email, which is what made her not be responsive or whatever like that. That could be also it too, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so it's little things, because I think what guys don't understand is that sometimes there's little things that you do or that happens that you don't really notice that, you know, presents or makes something, you know, go in a certain direction that you didn't really expect it to go in. You understand? So, and this is why when you get more well-versed in the game, you start to see, okay, well, I noticed I've been doing these things, which is why this is the outcome I'm getting. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you say, I noticed I've been doing these things, which is why I'm getting this positive outcome of what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, it's really, you know, understanding those little sort of bits of information that really make a difference at the end of the day when it comes to you dealing with these chicks. You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, guys, any more questions? We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We'll give you all a few seconds to call in and press 1, but if not, we're gonna keep it moving. But Ms. Carr, why don't you go ahead and give me your information one last time before we wrap this joint up, man?
All right, so definitely, guys, go to badboymembership.com so that you can join the Bad Boy membership, so you can get 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Make sure you go and check that out. Also, make sure you check me out every Friday from 3 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel, Lucario Fan. Make sure you subscribe, and so you get notifications when I go live, and you can we can make that happen. All right, so that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Guys, y'all want to holler at me, www.themandmindset. Oh, we got a call real quick. Shit. Erico 510, what's your question for myself, Mr. Carr? What you got, man?
Man, I know you guys got to go, but pretty much I was calling because I ended up fucking this bitch last weekend, and I wanted to know, because I was trying to set something up for the week, and I hit her up, we set something up, and then she ended up flaking. So I want to know what you guys thought about how to deal with that. Like, where do I go from there? She gave me kind of an excuse, like, oh, she's getting off work pretty late, and she got to do something early in the morning, but she wanted to kick it this weekend. And I just gave her like a dry ass response. I mean, what would you guys do in that situation?
Oh boy, boy.
Go ahead, Steve.
Go 510. Okay, do you have the Kissing 101, the 5 play, the fucking 101, or the makeout products of mine? Do you have any of those?
Nah.
Of course you don't. And this is why you're getting what you're getting right now. Let me explain this to you. Your fuck game, your kiss game, your eating pussy game was so fucking terrible that she has other options and she'd rather be with somebody else than be with you. She gave you an opportunity. You got the ass, but you didn't beat the ass up the way you should have to make her want to set it up. Because if you were doing it right, she would be asking you, when can I see you again? And she will be calling you saying, what are you doing this weekend?
She hit me up. The next day. She hit me up because she wanted to link up that same day, and I told her I was busy. But I had a good time with her, so I let her know, and I told her that we gonna link up.
Okay. Well, we can start right there. Let me ask you a question. What were you busy doing? What were you busy doing?
What was I busy doing the next day? I was just chilling with some friends or whatever.
So okay, so you were chilling with your friends. So you were chilling with your friends all day?
No, I wasn't doing that all day. I mean, I was.
Okay, well, I understand, young man. This is why y'all have the problems that y'all have. I'm not saying you got to spend the whole day with her, but when you blow her off like you did, you made her feel slutty. You made her feel like you just used it for the pussy or something. You made her feel bad because she wanted to spend time with you, and yet you surely wasn't too busy where you could have spent at least an hour with the chick or 30 minutes with the chick. Why didn't you spend a little bit of time?
Because you know why? Because basically, I kicked it with her like on a Wednesday, and then like I actually called Lucario about this last week, and then I talked to him about it, and I ended up fucking her 2 days later.
That's good.
Like basically that Wednesday, I fucked on that Friday. So I was like, damn, if I kick with her on Saturday, that's like too many times I'm kicking with this bitch. She won't get gassed.
Then wait. Then why you working? But hold on. Then why even call and ask the question then if you don't give a fuck? Because you gotta understand, dog, the brand is customer service as well. And your service is terrible. What I'm saying to you see, apparently you wanted to see her again. But yet, but yet you didn't give her any. Man, come on, man, dog. Look. The thing I always tell you guys is anybody can get a piece of pussy. Anybody can get a piece of ass. It's making that piece of ass come back for more. That's when you know you're doing something. But if you're blowing her off because you feel excuse me, because you feel like you felt like what? It was just too much. You were spending too much time with her. What was your reason again?
Yeah, I didn't want to kick with her too much. Like I didn't want to basically just oversaturate myself. I didn't want to give, you know what I mean? I just didn't want to spend too much time with her, so she felt like, oh, she could use my time up like that. So but wait.
But you was hanging out.
I had a good time with her.
But wait, dog. You said your day was consistent of hanging out with your boys, going to the gym, probably jerking off or something. What the fuck did you do all day where you couldn't spend a little? Look, dog, I'm not saying spend the whole day. Why couldn't you spend a little bit of time with her?
Shit, I was busy at the time. I was going to the gym, and then later on she wanted.
Y'all motherfuckers, man, why you, dog? This is why y'all motherfuckers fail with bitches, dog, because y'all don't know how to handle these women. First, like I said before, first off, your fuck game was fucking terrible. I tell you that right now, based off of her behaviors. But number two, big dog, is the fact that you don't know how to handle women. You motherfucker guys don't know shit about women, how easy it is. If you would have gave her a crumb of your time the next day, 30 minutes, 1 hour, because I know you ain't that damn busy, but you didn't do that, and then all of a sudden you want to spend time with her, she blew you off, and now you're asking, well, why'd she blow me off? Look at what you did. Your results and your behaviors are the reason she blew you off, man. Lucario, what you got on that, fam?
So basically, I think what Steve is trying to say is that if you want a consistent type of flow with the chick, you got to get her hooked first.
Thank you. Yes.
And so the thing is that, because like if you just wanted to smash once and you don't really care and you just like on some I see you when I see you and maybe I'll holler at you again and I don't really care if it happens or not, then you just do what you got to do. But the thing that most guys don't understand, and I actually did a video about this the other day, and I was saying that at the beginning of a situation you have with a woman, it's either what usually happens is that might be the least amount of like emotional connection she has for you, because the emotional connection is just building at that point. It's starting. So what happens is that a woman is trying to save face or make sure she doesn't get so caught up. So she's looking for any signs to keep it moving. You see what I mean? So the thing is that the flakiness could have been her saying, well, I wanted to see him the other day, but he was too busy. So I don't want to get so caught up into him. So let me just fall back. You feel what I'm saying? But if in the beginning, we're not saying that you got to, clear your schedule and do all this other shit for the chick. But if you want to solidify a situation where you want to keep seeing a girl and get her hooked, and she's actually being responsive to you, it's a thing where you have to be able to build that emotional connection quickly and fast and in the beginning, so that she gets hooked later on. Because later on, let's say for example, 3 or 4 months from now, if this was the same scenario and you said to her, yo, I can't see you today, I'm busy, and then you hit her up again the next week, she would have just been like, all right, cool, I'll see you next week, because now she's hooked. At this point, she's not hooked enough yet, so she has room emotionally to be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, fuck it, I'm not gonna bother because I don't want him to get me hooked, and then he doesn't have time for me. You see what I mean? So her mind is at that right now. But in the beginning, you have to get her hooked first, so that even if she's thinking about that later, she's already hooked, so it doesn't matter. You see what I mean? So that's kind of like what Steve was talking about. It's not necessarily just taking time out just to get one. Because I think what a lot of guys do is that they think, well, if I spend too much time with her, she's gonna lose interest because I'm giving her too much time. The only time a girl loses interest is that if she's on the fence, and then you're blowing her up so much, but she's not really into you yet. If a chick is already into you and she's showing that interest, and you give her a little bit of that time, that's what gets her hooked. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if like you see a female like 3 times in like 3 days. Like that shit don't matter.
No. It only matters depending on what you're trying to do with the situation and also her interest level in you. So it's not that you're going to see her 3 times or whatever in a week. It's just that the fact that it's almost like you're in a period of, you know when they call it, like when they say the honeymoon phase, you heard what I'm saying, of a situation. Yeah. So in that honeymoon phase, it's like the people want to be, everything is like exciting and all that other stuff at that moment, right? So you're engaging in that moment to experience that excitement there. Now, what you did is I could say is analogous to you. It's like you and her had the honeymoon phase, but you sort of brushed her off within the honeymoon phase. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now she's like, oh, I thought this guy liked me like that. I'm not really sure. I'm starting to like him, but I don't want to get too caught up, and then he disses me. So let me auto-reject him so that I don't get rejected. That's what women will do sometimes.
One of the reasons why I did it the way I did it was because I remember you telling me that every time when you chick with a chick, anytime you talk to her, it should be about setting up the next date, and you should set it up within that 1 week. So like you kick with a bitch, then you kick with her the next week, and then you kick. You know what I mean? Like, so I was trying to give that time where she could think about me.
Well, wait. She did think, dog. That's what you understand. She did think about you. That's why she canceled.
Right, like she, right. So the thing is, and also too. So the thing I'm talking about with that situation, and this is why I was even talking about this on the show the other day too. It's all about peeping game and the context of the game, because the reason why I say hit her up and then let a week go by and then hit her back up again. That's for when you're dealing with chicks. Usually when they're on the, not necessarily on the fence, but they're still sort of like making up their mind and not really like into you like that. They're just sort of, they're there, which is going to be a lot of the women you deal with. So you just hit them up 1 week and then you see them next week, hit them up 1 week and see them next week. Now, if you see a chick and then she is responding to you before that week is up, then you can respond back to her. But that's only if you're trying to get her hooked. You see what I'm saying? Which is essentially what it seems like you want to do. So it's almost like the game always is going to fluctuate depending on the situation. And I think that's the problem, the thing that a lot of guys don't get. It's like you have your basic rule, but the rule is going to fluctuate based off of what's happening in that situation. So being responsive to you, you can play that up at that moment. You don't have to. It's like you don't. The same rule doesn't necessarily apply because there's other factors in the situation at the moment. So if you have a girl responding to you, you should take it if you want to continue to see her like that. If you don't give a fuck, then it don't matter. You can just hit her up whenever. But if you're actually interested in getting her hooked so that she can keep going, then you do it like that. You see what I mean? So that's the thing.
All right, man.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
All right.
So one more thing. Should I hit her up? Should I hit her up?
Listen to you. Listen to you, man. This is what I'm talking. This dog. Listen to you. First off, you wanted to be all cool about this shit, like you just wanted to hit. Now you ask her, should you hit her up? This is, man, look. See, if you do your.
No, I really want to know.
Wait, hit her up. What you gonna say if you hit her up? What you gonna say if you hit her up? What you gonna say?
What she's doing tonight? To make some plans for the night or for the weekend? And she said she hit me back with a response like, "Hey, let's kick it this weekend." So it's not like she hit me up and said, "Oh."
Wait, did she? Wait. Did she say let's kick it this weekend? Did she tell you let's kick it this weekend?
Yeah, she said let's kick it this weekend.
Then, then don't ask her. Tell her what the fuck you gonna do. Okay, then meet me. Come to my crib at 8:00 or 9. You tell her what you want. Don't give her the option of trying to figure out what you want her to do. You tell her, make a time, set a time. All right, let's get together at 9:00 Saturday night. She's either going to tell you I can or I can't. Then you adjust your time based off of what she says, man. But don't ask her. Tell her. Tell her what you want to do, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. And you know what I think too? I think the mistake is not just with you, but I think what a lot of dudes probably make is that it seems like you like the chick and you're doing what you think you need to do to hook her. It's almost like, when a chick, when you hear about girls who say, "Oh, I don't want to have sex with him now because I want him to be my boyfriend later, and I want him to think I'm a slut." You understand? You're doing the male version of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to be disciplined. I want to be disciplined to the game. I want to think of my dick or my emotions, anything like that.
But here's where you fucking up. Here's where you fucking up. What are you doing? What are you doing to make her want to come back to be a repeat customer? What kind of service are you servicing her with? And I don't mean caking, and I don't mean kissing her ass and bending over backwards and act like some little simp. I'm saying when you're in the moment with her and y'all are in the bedroom or whatever you doing, what are you doing to make her want to come back? That's the question you got to ask. Because if you were doing something, this wouldn't even be this would be a Miss Lucario. Should I put my finger in her throat now, or should I pull her hair or smack her ass? That's what it should be. But now you're asking. This is all I'm just saying to you, 510. You guys have to understand. I'm not saying that I want you to be Coca-Cola. When you think about Coca-Cola, what do you think about? You think about that tall, sweating glass, the ice coming, and that fizzy shit getting together. That's what you need her to think about when she thinks about you. That, oh my God, we had such a great time. I got to see this guy. And that's when you guys don't know how to service women when you're in the bed. Y'all just fucking them. You're not servicing them to make them want to come back for a repeat ride. You just hitting it.
Right.
Then on top of that, you didn't even want to see it the next day, made her feel like shit. But now she's trying to give you another chance, but y'all trying to be too smooth. Y'all trying to think like, well, I ain't gonna try to do this. I don't want her to think. Man, fuck her feelings and fuck what she think. You dictate the fucking board. Don't worry about what she gonna think about you. You just make sure you know why it is you do what you're doing, and then do it based off of that.
Right.
What you got real quick, LaCar? Because I know you got to go, but you got anything on that?
And real quick, I just wanted to say, like, because the thing is, you have to first figure out what you're trying to do, because, like, let's say, for example, you're saying to yourself, okay, I like this chick, I'm feeling this chick, I want to continue to fuck around with her and fuck with her. I don't want it to just be some one-night stand or just some random chick that I'm fucking with. So if you already know that, right? Like what you were saying, what you were doing, you were saying, well, I'm calling her once a week and setting up the date and all that other stuff, which is a good thing to do. But what you're doing while you're doing that is you're doing that strictly to set a precedent for the girl to start to really feel you and want you over time. But what happened was that she already showed you that she wanted you, so you don't have to do all of that. You see what I'm saying? She's already showed you. So since she's showing you, then you take the situation as it is now, and then you proceed. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta, and that's the thing that I think I gotta get across, because I don't want dudes to get confused in the game where you have the basics of what you do, but she already was the thing you were trying to do. She was already giving you. You see what I mean? She was already there, so you just needed to proceed. But go ahead.
LaCar, I don't even think he named the pussy. And I don't even think he called her asking what's up. I don't even think he talking shit to her. I mean, that's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand about you guys. Y'all don't, man. You can't, man. The next phone call, you should be like, hey, baby, how's my pussy doing? Talking shit to her like that. Y'all don't even do that shit. I don't understand why. This is why you get one and dones. Because you motherfuckers don't know nothing about females. Y'all know shit about women and how easy it is. See, you're not even looking at the big picture. You ain't even looking at the big picture, Lucario. If you do it right, she's gonna sell you to her friends. Then you can fuck her friends. But he ain't even ready for that part yet, because he ain't even talking that shit to her. He ain't even named the pussy yet, and he expect that motherfucker to go, well, okay. Man, y'all motherfuckers be killing me with this shit, boy. All right, well, hey, 501, well, just call us back and let us know what happened. Good luck, because I don't know what's gonna happen, but shit, I guess, man.
All right, yo, appreciate the game.
No doubt, man. All right, LaCar, we'll just go ahead and wrap this up, man. Yeah, all right, no doubt, 510. Man, what's wrong with these guys, LaCar? Man. Come on, man. You don't think after I hit that shit down, I'm gonna be flirty? It's nothing like making a woman feel sexy, because that's part of the drug that you giving them, and that's what these young guys don't know. They don't know how to deal that drug. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up, because we are over. So go ahead, LaCar. Let's wrap this up. What do you got, man?
All right. So yeah, definitely. Again, make sure you hit me up at badboymembership.com. So you can join the Bad Boy membership and get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. You feel me?
No doubt, man. Thank you, Mr. LaCar, for showing up. Guys, if y'all want to holler at me, www.themanmindset.com. Holler at your boy. We will go from there. Y'all have a very, very good weekend. You got anything going this weekend, dog? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, man. Just a lot of family time, a lot of work, all that stuff. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm ready to have a good weekend my damn self. So let's get into it. Let's both have good weekends. All right, man. We're gonna shut this shit down, man. I'm gonna holler at you later, fam. Okay?
All right.
Peace. All right, no doubt. Peace out, everybody. See y'all later. Peace.